Hey guys, I'm Ethan Moore from Stockholm Supply. I dressed up for the occasion today. I forgot I was doing a video and I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt, but that's okay. So today, I'm going to show you guys how to assemble your round ripper. So I'm going to basically start to finish put it together here. So we got the black base here. We got the red H or U frame. We got a toggle clamp. We got a stop. We got the little pivot point in the bottom there, the little Allen key with the cone head, and we got some hardware. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to bolt the U-frame onto this black base. So I'm going to open up this hardware right here. Okay, we got the hardware out. We're going to start by putting the U-frame on the top here, right like that. And we're going to put a bolt on the top, a washer, and a nut threaded on the bottom here. Okay, same in this one. Flip this around. Same on this side. Now when we weld these here, occasionally that can cause these bars to move ever so slightly. So you may need to push this one way or another to line the holes up. It should be very little, if any, maybe about 1/8 of an inch or so. We'll slide that in there, slide that in there. Okay, so now that you have them all on, we can go ahead and tighten them. 7/16 wrench. And I'm just using a Phillips screwdriver on the top. Okay, so now the next thing, occasionally this will come already installed here, but we got this Allen key that we're going to put in the bottom. So you're going to put one nut on top and one nut below the table. So that's going to thread through this center hole, right like that. And we'll put a nut down here. Oops. And again, we are going to tighten this up. This can be adjusted height down the road here, but for right now, I'll just snug that in place. 7/16 wrench on both sides here. So now that we are up here, we're going to line this pin or this screw up to that pin on the bottom. These bushings on the top allow for lots of adjustment. So we're going to line this up. First, what I like to do is tighten one up, and then that will allow us to position it without it moving. It's quite so easy. Like that. And we just want those two pins to be as close to in line as you can. So right about there. Okay, so there we are. Now once you're at this point, we're going to go over to the bandsaw and we'll do the rest of the assembly on the machine. Okay, so we already got the sliding track assembled on our bandsaw. So once you get the round ripper to this point, you're going to lay it or set it in your track. You want the outside rail to be in the center of the track. So this will slide back and forth like this. Now, get yourself a straight edge of some kind or a square, and you're going to cut I say cut, but you're going to split the pivot point right down the middle here, so the center of the pivot point, and you're going to slide that in, and you want that center point to be in line with the tip of the teeth, the front of the teeth of that blade. Make sure the thrust bearing's set up properly, so right about there. Okay, so once you get that lined up, you are going to get your stop. That'll stay right there. You get your stop here. 2 washers. So this stop's going to go below the table. Now depending on how your bandsaw is oriented, you may need to set with the stop with the block towards the table or maybe away from the table like this. In this case, I'm going to set it like, actually this case doesn't matter. I'm going to do it like this so it's not sticking out. Nope, actually I have to set it like this. Okay, so we'll do it like this here. We'll put the stop in the bottom. There's a slot in the top of this table that I'm going to put the actual bolts through, just like this. Okay. And without moving the table, because you've already got this set, slide the stop up until it hits your table there. And that's where you're going to tighten it in place. So thread those both in. So let me grab my screwdriver. So up against your table and tighten it up. Okay, so now that you have the stop, as you're cutting, you're going to push it in just like this. Okay, so once you're at this point, there is the final step for the toggle clamp, that guy right there. Now, not everybody will use the toggle clamp, though some people will. The purpose of it is once you have your round ripper, the wood pushed into the cut, you will lock this toggle clamp, keeping the round ripper from backing up as you are cutting. So this actually goes, again, below the table, in line with these 4 holes. So 1 bolt through like that. Okay, so once you get these all tightened up, if we look below the table here, you'll see where this actually hits. The rubber stop is towards the track, and that will lock just like that. And that will keep it from backing up. Once you have it in place here, hit the stop, you'll lock it, and then she won't move from right there. So yeah, that's how you set up the round ripper. Pretty straightforward here. But if anybody else has any questions on it, you can email us at info@stockhamsupply.com or just comment on the video. Now, if you want to see future videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell button, because that'll alert you when we post a new video. Thanks for watching.